Welcome to episode 28 of this thing that I do, where I talk over video game footage, wondering where it all went wrong. Oh, let's see if I'm actually in the mood this time, because this is the second take on this episode. I tried a couple days ago, wasn't feeling it. This is not in the mood, didn't like the commentary, it was pretty crap. Hopefully it's not the episode. Hopefully it was just me that day. And here we are in the Pokemon lab, ready to get our fossils revived. This is the place that all those people have been telling us about, that we can go get our fossils revived. It has a bunch of weird trades in it too. Like, you can get everything traded here in the game. So I don't know what's up with that. It's just a flavor thing, I guess. And this guy with an accent is the guy who will be resurrecting our Pokemon. I think his accent is like Russian or Slavic or something. Whenever I read his text, that's kind of the accent that I give him. You know, go back through, mute my voice, watch it again, see what comes to your mind. I get Eastern European of some variety. Or Russian. That doesn't count as Eastern European. That's Eurasia. I think. I'm not worldly enough to really make that decision. Oh well, we can't get in the gym because it's locked. You never saw me enter that gym. The door was locked, it said so. We have to go in this mansion and find the key. This totally not haunted mansion that is not haunted by the spirit of a graveler that was level 7. Seriously, I don't know what was up with any of that. It's the only two areas that I can note that actually had weird things occur like that. So either somebody started to make a ROM hack, or something's up. I don't know what. Especially since I can tell you where the dialogue specifically came from. Because there's a guy in this mansion that says, what are you doing here? There's not supposed to be anyone here, or whatever the spirit said. I just don't know why it was a level 7 Graveler of all things, and why the gym's unlocked. Like, it's so weird. But enough about that. This dungeon's annoying. The tiles don't work in the red. Like, they've been in other dungeons, like the Rocket Hideout, for instance, but they work there because the color wasn't as sharp. Like, this red does not work for these tiles. It's actually an eyesore. It's also got all these shutters, and there's these switches you push on these statues. I hope you just know to check these, by the way. But they'll alternate what doors are open and closed. And it's annoying, and there's encounters. Unless you have repels like I do. Oh, and I don't know how it all works. As I think some of these switches work on different floors and some don't. Like, I don't know how they work. There's one door in particular that I don't know how to get through. And this tells me that, you know, different switches on different floors will work with different doors. But when I tested it, I couldn't find that actually at work. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something I missed. Maybe there's just something that I'm not paying attention to or seeing. I don't know. Maybe you know. Comment. And so I'll open with a slash against this Charmander. And then he's going to send out a Charmeleon. And I'm going to switch to Bubble Beam. So I'm like, oh, well, it's weak to water. Who cares that it's a weak move against a high special Pokemon? I should have used Slash like Charmeleon did against me, but no. I kind of made it dumb. I was just focusing on the weakness part of it. I don't even know why I slashed the Charmander first. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what was going through my head. This was months ago at this point. Jeez, RPGs, man, they take forever. But enough about that. Here's some diaries. Diary, July 10. We christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. Yep. Mew, the secret 151st thing. This is our really first reference to it. I wonder where they discovered it. I wonder if there's a diary here that's going to tell us where they discovered it. On July 5th, Guyana, South America. A newly Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. You're supposed to read this one first. You know, they discovered a new Pokemon, they named it Mew. But South America? There's a South America in the world of Pokemon. That's a little strange. I thought this was supposed to be a fictional world. I know that, you know, Kanto is based off of an actual region in Japan. But I still thought this was supposed to be a fantasy setting. But apparently there's a South America. I don't know if that's a translation issue or what. Or if that, you know, that actually was the case in the original, but I don't remember what the remakes said in those diaries, so that might be interesting for me to find out. And then I realized that I should go check those other stairs up. That's what that was all about. It's just a small room over here. And I have a feeling things are about to get a little more strange with our laboratory / mansion, because this place used to be a laboratory, not just a mansion. It's kind of like the one from Final Fantasy VII, where just a bunch of researchers chilling out in a mansion doing experiments more than anything. Because, you know, anything can be a laboratory. It's just some are better suited for it than others. Especially given on the specialization. Like, you don't want to conduct disease research in your basement. That's all I'm saying. But with this diary entry here, on February 6th, Mew gave birth. And they named the newborn Mewtwo. This is why I think South America might be a mistranslation. Because Mewtwo is not the child of Mew. It's an actual clone of Mew. They took Mew's DNA and science fiction cloned him. You know, or that's where you put the DNA in a machine and you just kind of swirl it about in some fluid and bam, just suddenly a clone's there. And yeah, no, Mew did not actually give birth. That's really weird. It's a clone. Well, if I think about the timing that this game came out, they might have been avoiding making it a clone because this is a children's game. They didn't want upset parents complaining about cloning being in their children's games. That could be. So it wasn't a mistranslation. They just didn't want to say what it actually said. Now, there's 2 ledges next to this guy, and he'll allude to them. But you're supposed to pick one to get to the lower level. You jump off. I think the other might eject you from the building. I don't remember. Because I remember the trap. You see, there's a small one and a big one. And you're always trained to go for the small one. Because the big one's, quote-unquote, more obvious. Except in this case, it's kind of like a red herring. And the small one will actually be the one you don't want to pick. And go to the bigger one. I'm kicking the scientist's ass as I explain this. He's nothing special. And you'll see the 2 ledges when we end combat if you don't know what I'm talking about. Ooh, overwhelming. Those are the 2. You see how one's kind of less obvious than the other? And you'd just kind of be trained to go to the less obvious one. Go to the more obvious one. That's the one you want. I will first go here and go to this room, whose purpose I don't know. I don't think the small ledge leads here. I think it leads out of the mansion, but it might lead here. That would give that room purpose. Not sure what's up with that. This guy. Who are you? There shouldn't be anyone here. This is the guy that dialogue box that the ghostly Graveler used against us. So it was definitely drawing assets from the game when that happened. As it drew upon his dialogue. I don't know why his dialogue specifically, but it certainly made it more creepy that it was his dialogue. But I don't know why it was a level 7 Graveler. It's just so bizarre. Oh well. Again, I need to not focus on the bizarreness of that one instance. But I don't think it was just Gen 1 being Gen 1. Because that's never happened to me before. And it's not like I haven't cheated in this game before. Like, of course I have. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. This staircase is a little weird. I'm gonna get tripped up on it a bit because I wanted to go back up and check, and the staircase up here, when you come up from below, you walk one tile downward from it. So when I went back downstairs, it's because I didn't expect to be shunted down a tile. But the basement stairway doesn't move you down against your will. I don't know. Maybe that's just something I haven't noticed, that going upstairs versus going downstairs does, but yeah, it was weird. I don't even know why I went back upstairs. Like, I guess I was checking out that one area that I didn't go to. I think that's the only thing that comes to my mind. September 1st, Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies. Yeah, he's so powerful they couldn't contain him. Now there's a Mewtwo, wandering, lonely, wondering about philosophical things like the nature of life and the nature of the universe and how he knows his creators. He's also the most powerful Pokemon in the game for, like, I don't even know how many generations. It took a long time for Mewtwo to even have competition, really. Gen 3, I'd argue that Kyogre could easily take a Mewtwo on. So, I don't know. That just seems to be the theme of this episode, is me not knowing things. Well, at least I'm admitting it. At least I'm no longer giving fake facts. Or that I'm aware of. Oh, this dungeon. This actually might be the hardest dungeon to commentate over. Oh, here's Blizzard. This is a nice TM. One that I'm going to have to toolbox because I need 2 things to have it. So let's give it to Bubba. Ice Beam. Not as useful as Blizzard. Like, Ice Beam's nice when you want the accuracy, but Blizzard doesn't have bad accuracy, and it's a little bit overpowered as a result. Oh, I didn't want to press that switch yet because I didn't realize, for some reason, that that door over there would... I don't know. I actually don't have this dungeon memorized, so I make goofy mistakes like this, where I could have just pressed the switch and gone through that door there, but no. I complicated my life in your viewing of this. Man, I was talking about how the commentary from the last time I tried this episode was crap, and this isn't any better. Well, actually, it's a ton better. Last time was mega crap. This is just kinda crap. Well... Oh, I'll go back up the stairs and remember that the, well, you see, now the door's closed, meaning, no, I did actually find out that the switches interact with different floors. I don't know how to open that one door behind there. I don't know how to get back there with, not to continue that theme, but I don't know. That's something I'd be legitimately interested in, what's back there. So, if you know how to get back there and what is back there, go ahead and tell me, because I don't know crap about Pokemon. Eat Thunderbolt, Magnemite. I just enjoy using normal type moves on a steel type Pokemon, because steel doesn't exist yet. That's what I am enjoying the most out of playing through Gen 1 right now. Another critical hit off of a self-destructing electrode that I barely survived. That's twice now. Oh, we have a long hallway ahead of us. I like it here. It's conducive to my studies. Wasn't an electricity joke, was it? I really hope not. We have a long hallway, though, and I really want this dungeon to be over. Like, I super want this dungeon to be over. It's not... It's weird, because this one's harder to watch than the Seafoam Islands, but it's definitely not harder to play through than the Seafoam Islands. I don't know what that's about. To continue the theme. I didn't press that switch because I wanted to check this and make sure, you know, I wasn't going to miss anything. And darn it, it looked like it was a good idea, except that doesn't actually have a door attached to it. So it didn't matter in the end. You know, I thought I was being smart. And it didn't matter. TM22 contains Solar Beam, and I was like, can anything I have learn Solar Beam? Because I forgot that I had a grass type. These are the things that I forget. Anyway, we found the secret key. Now we can get into the gym for reals. The locked door won't prevent us from getting in the gym now that we have the secret key. Oh, I forgot to press the switch. Forgot to press the switch. I'm losing my mind in this dungeon. I'm talking nonsense now, because I just want it to be over. I'm sure you want it to be over too, because this is crappy commentary. And I forgot that the stairs moved you down. No, I didn't. I didn't forget that at all. I forgot to press this switch. Can you tell in the game that I just wanted it to be over? Well, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier or not, because, like I said, I tried to comment on this a couple days ago, so I might have only said this then and not earlier today, just now. But this is generally the part of the game where I just want the game to be over. Like, honestly, if I get into the game and I'm having fun playing it, this is the part where I start to kind of get bored and done with it and just want it to be over, which is good because we're coming up to the end. We just have one more gym, well, 2 more gyms, but we're ready to take that one on, and then the next gym is immediately after this gym, so it's really just a straight shot to the end at this point. So it's a good thing this is where I start to get tired of playing this game, as it means I at least have incentive to press on, seeing as how I'm so close to the end. He's ready to give us our Ammonite. And I give it a stupid nickname, because that's just what I do. And I think I misspelled swirly, but I don't care if I did, because that's amazing. Anyway, he goes through the same spiel when you give him the old amber. Only this time we're gonna go take on a gym while he resurrects our Pokemon from Fossil. I don't know how this Fossil resurrection machine is supposed to work, but whatever, it's fictitious, it's fantasy, it doesn't take place in the real world, there is no South America. See you next time. Have a good day. Bye.